before I even begin this video, I know 3 drama videos now in a row, but like, listen, this is almost too good not to make a video on, and I wasn't going to make a video on this. I was working on the VR chat experience number 3. However, you know, I kind of saw how ass this shit was, and it's just too good to pass up. So what you're about to hear is just audio of me and the boys just reading this visual diarrhea. Now I am gonna come in at the end and, like, you know, explain some of the things we got wrong, because we did get some shit wrong, and I feel like it's only fair to correct it. However, before I even, like, start this shit, I want to be known, there's no heroes in this story. Everyone in this story is just horrible. They're all terrible people, and they should probably all just quit the internet. Anyway, you're about to hear us fucking react to whatever the hell this was. So, enjoy. I'm trying to get...
I don't know how well that would go if he...
Alright, here, we got a lot.
There we go! Right here!
I mean,
Alright,
finally
here it
this
is.
is yesterday. I'm legally a divorced woman. Oh, no.
Okay,
I found myself my very first online relationship at the age of 17.
Oh, no.
Show gasping Miles, Spider-Man.
I married in 2017 at the age of 21. Way
Shouldn't-
too early.
Yeah,
Way too
I'm
early.
waiting
Yikes.
until I'm like 30.
My parents were 22.
I
I'm pretty
will
sure
not
when
be married
I'm
before
20.
27.
My parents
Alright,
were...
Now, here is-
maybe 28.
I learned that Fox had a mold for the perfect wife planned out before we met, and did everything in his power to groom me into it. He had a fictional... It gets worse. He had a fictional relationship of an illustrated woman named Lily, who was always
Lily?
pregnant, birthing children for him, all of which have already been named. Does not work and is subordinate and unquestioning.
What?
So this guy, the
It's not
fedora,
job.
he had a fictional person named Lily who was his wife, who was constantly pregnant and
giving
pumping
birth.
out children.
Like a factory.
There were whispers from concerned friends and family over the years telling me that Fox was not good for me. I was too naive to ever listen.
I was too
And
naive.
then,
It was too naive. Yeah.
Um,
Naive to listen.
why?
I was-
Fuck you, I can't read.
No, that,
Yeah,
that,
denial-
no, it is naive. That's the joke.
Oh, fuck.
There's
Of
gonna,
course.
I want someone in the comments to be like, it's naive. God, they're stupid.
Actually, it's naive.
I've
3
read-
days. 3 days before Free For All, July 2022.
It's been-
which I do not know what that is, and I do not care for it.
I don't
The
know.
convention. You been there?
No, I said I don't know either, and I probably
Okay,
can't.
please do not pay attention to the pictures.
Yeah, no.
The
I'm looking-
convention in which I.
I didn't even notice them. No!
Including explicit photos and detailed descriptions of what they plan to do, what they plan to
Just
get up
quiet.
to at the convention.
Chat, this is
What's
crazy.
this?
Show up a photo of Bullet Bill with cat ears.
Please
Do
don't.
not.
I ended up catching them in the room together by themselves at least once during the convention. They fucked. They have fucked.
Oh!
They were in it.
No.
There was at least an over the pants hand job. And I have been falling short of those expectations essentially since the day we got married. Fox would not move or open his eyes during sex.
Wait, what? I'm sorry.
He would just stand there lifeless, just.
He's doing
Just
the
no
he's
thoughts
doing the
on
plank
empty.
move.
Our sex life ultimately settled on pegging him with a strap on once a month to help him
What?
disassociate. Which is far from it. But you know what? They're a furry. Pegging is bound to come up.
Can confirm.
Please shut up.
Alright, I'm looking at your screen share. What is it?
It triggered a full-on panic attack. I could hardly breathe, crying for hours. I resolved to shove my feelings down as far as humanly possible, for the sake of being able to run free for all. Nothing's worth that much. No job is worth that, bro.
By the way, this like image is in such poor quality. I saw shove and then I saw fingers. I didn't read feelings. I read fingers, and I was like, uh oh.
And professional couples counselor. Fox scored a 0% in empathy.
Bro is not getting them blood points.
Okay. You guys want to? Okay. Does he play League of Legends or Dead by Daylight? Which one?
I think he plays World of Warcraft.
I think he plays both.
God damn it, that's so worse. Fox helped prepare their arrival by drawing Jade/Virgins, their personas, on the guest bedroom whiteboard, Miss Kate, and rushing to open doors with a milady to force a front of chivalry.
I'm sorry, but like the way she describes it, he was excited to be cuckolded. Like I imagine, like when you're waiting in line to go on an amusement park ride, like I'm so excited to try this.
Everyone else had fast pass. No, everyone else had fast pass, right?
Everyone else had the fast pass to his wife.
To baking cookies and delivering them to the guest room door, while myself, Jason, and Kate were engaging intimately with each other. Hence, the image of him on his knees with a pile tray of cookies.
Oh, that's what oh, no!
Now, was he crying or was he just there silent? Like,
can you imagine?
I made chocolate chip.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? He walks up to the door, opens it, and they're having a threesome, and he's got cookies in his hand. He's like, I made you some cookies.
Anyway. After witnessing domestic verbal abuse, Jason confronted Fox in the living room and put him in his place. While Cabs
did he peg him too?
Anyway,
no, I've also done
Fox never had a strong father figure, as his father was in prison during his upbringing for voyeurism towards minors.
I don't think any of these people had strong father figures. By the way, I wanna interrupt here. These two have kids, I think.
They do not have kids now. I have kids.
I have heard reports they do have children.
They don't have children. That's what Fox said. He lied about having children because he has pregnancy fantasies.
By the way, for this right here, all it took was about, a couple of Google searches, maybe a YouTube video here and there, and yeah, they do have a kid.
We've been in our house. My wife is involved in an extramarital affair with them, and in such, my daughter had to witness those two people having sex with her mother in the room right across from her, that she could hear through the walls the entire thing, as well as doing drugs in her presence. She felt so unsafe and endangered that she ran away from home that night. Given that these two do clearly present a danger to minors, I removed them as an emergency measure to make sure that they do not attend any other in-person meets. That was never a permanent thing, so that's up for the board to decide. But that's why they were removed immediately.
I confirm that, yes, I was doing things in the bedroom across from my daughter with Kate and Jason. We were being quiet about it. We did attempt to take me into consideration. I know it was distasteful to do so. I don't recall running away in the middle of the night.
What? Big iron on his head.
Why does he have a gun?
This image. He's a furry, man. They're like, a good portion of them are mentally unstable or racist, and the Republicans, and they have a gun.
Again, the Republicans are racist.
I guess I'm special.
He later denied the threats of suicide, but the messages were kept. The entire ordeal was the most traumatic night of my life. We're furious.
I want a divorce.
I just know. I don't know why
This is my question. I might be playing devil's advocate here. How do you just not see any of the red flags before you marry them?
Well, I mean, she was sheltered. She was sheltered. And when you're so desperate, those flags become green.
Maybe go over the part that the people she had sex with was like a pedophile.
That's never mentioned.
That's just who they are.
Quickly adopting the facade of a wholesome Christian father figure and lying about having children.
From my daughter with Kate and Jason.
Fox had little to no interest in religious beliefs prior to the divorce.
So I didn't know actually where to put this, but after looking at this footage right here, I fully feel as though this is the exact perfect spot to put this. So, one thing that these people all seem to have in common is they're all very devout Christians. And there's a couple things that this person has tweeted. I don't know if that's very, Christian. Let's throw up those. Let's throw up the image. Ooh. Yeah. That is a threesome. That is a threesome with a man and another woman. Yeah. God, he'd be loving his threesomes. So I realized it as I'm editing the video that we didn't fully cover who Jason is. And, well, I mean, it's kind of a household name in in the furry fandom, but you know, for all the wrong reasons. If you look up his name on YouTube, you're gonna see a couple videos of him in controversy. Some of those controversies include him being into zoophilia and pedophilia. Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck? I'm gonna say allegedly, you know, so I don't get sued. But if you would like the full context, I'm gonna link 2 videos down below. This is also where I got, you know, my clips for the video from, a couple of them. So shout out to Lago Vert and Danger Dewey. Very cool videos, very helpful in this entire, you know, situation. Also, I don't really know where else to put this in the video, but I found this image, and this might be the most blurst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Please don't look in the bottom right. I actually kind of gagged. This is just a side note, but I have not been prevented, like, evidence out of this entire thing. There hasn't been a single screenshot of any of this happening, and, you know, I can't really just fully believe something if I don't see it. If Peacewolf does have evidence and would like to, you know, provide that evidence, I would be very willing to retract the statement. But, you know, until they provide evidence of him stealing her car or threatening suicide or doing any of that, it's just an allegation and there's no proof behind it, and I don't think you should believe it. I happened to talk to Foxlove, and I'm about to just flash a whole bunch of those screenshots up, so if you want to read them, you're gonna have to pause. I did also reach out to Peacewolf and to try to get, you know, a statement from them, but as of the time I'm editing this, I've not gotten a response. Anyway, I'm probably not gonna, like, talk about this again. I'm probably not gonna do drama videos for a while. I'm gonna stick to more gameplay-oriented shit, because I think a lot of people are tired of it, and I'm kind of getting a little tired of it. Alright, there's one last thing I wanted to include in this video. Now, when I first started looking into this stuff and started tweeting about it on Twitter, you know, I talked to Foxglove, which you've already seen those screenshots, but I also had some former fans of Peacewolf reach out to me, and one fan in particular wanted me to read a sentiment they wrote, and I think I will now take the time to do that. I am one of the many people that once stood in support and defense of Peacewolf when she proclaimed Free For All would be a place for all who felt ostracized from all other conventions just because they were conservative, Christian, or just didn't want to deal with rampant drug use. Finally, a place we could still enjoy our hobby with friends without being attacked and harassed because of our private beliefs. But this whole thing, with her open admission of illegal actions and underhanded dealings, was a knife in the back. A betrayal that we won't tolerate. We are hurting. We had our hope stolen from us once again. We want to forgive. We want to actually help her. We want to save her from this exploitation and grooming. Once again, a lot of people believe that. I'm going to say alleged, so I can't get sued. But we also want our hope back. I will be the first in line to openly apologize for the things I've said. If only she admit to her own wrongs and try to do right, not block and ignore everyone while hiding behind Jay. So it appears a lot of people are really unhappy with how she's handled this situation. But yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about. So I'm just gonna leave this video here and forget about it. Anyway, VR chat experience 3 will probably be out soon, so I don't know, go play some Fortnite.